Russia sees no point in a weak ceasefire to freeze the war in Ukraine. That from Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, as he said Moscow does, though, want a legally binding deal for a lasting peace that would ensure the security of both Russia and its neighbours. Lavrov saying a truce is a path to nowhere, and he said Moscow suspects that such a weak truce would simply be used by the West to rearm Ukraine.
A truce is a road to nowhere. We need legal agreements that will fix all the conditions for ensuring the security of the Russian Federation in a context that will secure the impossibility of violating these agreements in an internationally legal manner.
Well, France 24's Elena Voloshin joins me here on set now. Elena, once again here, Sergei Lavrov raising the stakes.
Yes, he is, because he's saying that the truce is a path to nowhere, whereas Vladimir Putin keeps on repeating that he is ready to negotiate a truce. So where's the truth? It is because Sergei Lavrov and Vladimir Putin are indeed raising the stakes before Donald Trump's inauguration on the 20th of January. And the condition, and we heard Sergei Lavrov saying so, are written legal agreements and so-called guarantees of securities to Russia. What is Russia expecting finally? It is that it's exactly the same claims that Vladimir Putin sent to NATO and to Washington. We remember it before he invaded on a full-scale Ukraine. It was December 21, where he said that all the troops and weapons have to be withdrawn from the countries that joined NATO after 1997, which are 14 countries, including Poland and Romania, where the defense anti-aerial NATO's missiles are deployed. So Russia is claiming the maximum out of a potential deal that is going to be negotiated, whereas Russia also knows that the US and the special advisor to Ukraine, Keith Kellogg, that has been appointed from Donald Trump, is pretty much on the same line than Russia. For example, Kellogg wrote a very long item where he claimed that the Biden administration was responsible for the war. But finally, apart from the new territorial claims that Russia has, which are to integrate to Russia 5 Ukrainian territories, including Crimea, now they have a claim towards the US. So all the point is going to be whether Donald Trump position towards NATO and towards an engagement within NATO, whether it is military or financial, what he's ready to concede to Vladimir Putin.
We also heard from Sergei Lavrov assuring Russians are not in the habit of striking civilians. Rather cynical, critics would say, of course, just a day after that massive attack on the Ukrainian energy system.
Yes, it is. It is within the Russian narrative from the beginning of this war. It's a bit hard for us to believe sometimes, but the Russians that are watching Russian state propaganda, and it's the only allowed information within Russia, is that Russia never strikes civilians in Ukraine. They only strikes military infrastructure with high precision weapons, whereas, yes, you mentioned that there has been 10 casualties on the market, central market in Nikopol. It's in central Ukraine on the river Dnipro, and also yesterday the 30th massive attack on Ukrainian energetic infrastructure since October, since this winter. It is the third year now that Russia is methodically destroying the Ukrainian energetic infrastructure, which is in the international law, which is a war crime to target the civilians. But this is also part of Russia's strategy, which is diplomatical pressure and military pressure over Ukraine, over the international community, over the US supporting Ukraine. For how long we're going to see that, in order to gain its claims, which are the territorial claims over the Ukrainian regions and towards NATO to withdraw from Europe.
Elena, thanks very much. Elena Voloshin joining us here on France 24. Thanks.